before we went live, Robin. Oh, hello, Internet. Welcome, one and all, to another rendition of RedemptionCast. RedemptionCast, where we kidnap you from your home country and bring you to Cuba, which is actually leased by us for some reason. It's not that kind of bracelet you're gonna get. No. Hi everyone, welcome. We are here and we're about to do a podcast thing. So Robin, if you're ready, let's do this thing.
All right. You're listening to RedemptionCast, Season 3, Episode 4, Carpe Noctem. Angel's body is taken over by a man who avoids aging by possessing younger guys and ends up killing them in the process. My name is Robin.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Kimberly.
I'm Illyrio.
Am I supposed to say I'm Moira?
You just did.
No, not there.
Yay, Moira Brown is in the house.
Woo, thanks for having me.
Virtually, anyway.
Yes.
Yay. All right. That description is wrong, Robin.
Why?
He doesn't avoid aging.
Well, he would... Yeah, I guess his body is
avoid
still
aging. He's getting old. His heart is deteriorating.
Yeah. Well, he's just avoiding it for the brief moment that he is sucking the life out of a younger guy, which is, not something you hear about.
Yeah, and I guess that would be the, that's the trope. The usual trope is that an old person is sucking somebody's youth and, to remain young, but it's just a spell where it's a body swap episode.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
We're here.
It's some
Body
Freaky
swap.
Friday action.
Yeah.
Stephanie, you might want to spin whatever device you're on because you're permanently facing the floor. It's pretty funny. There you go. I think your rotation lock was on. Awesome. Yay.
No, I just need a new phone.
Awesome. Oh, I understand.
So this one aired October 15th, 2001, was written by Scott Murphy and directed by James A. Cotner. And,
Who is Scott Murphy?
I don't know. He was the Buffy episode that aired was Flooded.
Where the house flooded.
Tomorrow, quote unquote, tomorrow.
Oh yeah, because as we determined last time, Buffy's airing the following day now.
Yes.
On TV?
Yeah. Angels
so
on
the
Monday.
episode that will have had aired after this one.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Hey, Moira, is this your first time watching through Angel? Have you watched everything because you were tired of waiting 3 years for us to come back?
I have not watched everything.
Yay! Are you ahead of us?
Listen, if I can take 5 years to watch Buffy with you guys, I can wait another, couple of years to watch Angel.
Nice.
It ain't going anywhere.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm equally ignorant to Rio.
Yay! Awesome. We might as well be Tories. All right.
What? No, I'm kidding.
So
I understood, guys.
This guy. So
Yeah.
Robin, refresh my memory. Do we open up on a scene where this guy is just finishing off with one woman and is about to roll over and start having sex with another woman?
Yeah.
What time of day was this aired?
This is very American Psycho.
This is also very 80s, where women
Yes.
who are about to have sex are wearing full-on negligees
Yeah.
and bustiers and things.
Well, except the woman that he rolled off of, she was topless. Did you?
Yeah,
know?
she was.
So, which I thought for this show was fairly racist.
Yeah. Wait till a little later in the episode.
What time did the show air? 9? 10?
I believe it was on at 9.
Yes, that's okay.
I now found out who Scott Murphy is. It took me
Who
all
is
that
he?
time. He is a writer.
Well, he wrote.
Wow, you don't say.
Well, he wrote an episode of Flash Gordon.
Yes. Star Wars: The Clone Wars. He wrote episodes for or helped out.
So-
with.
Okay.
So 2010 was the last episode he wrote.
Yeah.
He wrote 15 episodes of the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So I wonder what he's doing today. Who knows?
Probably listening to Redemption Cast.
Probably waiting in line to go watch Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Isn't the assigned
Oh.
seating awesome?
You know what? We probably already saw it by this time.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Robin, do you remember that part where after I watched the movie I sent you a poop emoji?
And I was like, "What are you saying? This thing is shit." and then I found out later that well. I found
No,
out
what I
that-
meant was J.J. Abrams' poop don't stink.
Oh.
Yeah, but they don't have an emoji for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't they have the poop and the nose and then the circle with the red line through it?
I could totally do that one. That's awesome. Emojis are the best. My favorite emoji is the middle finger emoji, though, I will say.
Oh, lordy.
We have one of those now. So this guy who was having sex with these women, I thought this was the guy that Lila tricked or manipulated or extorted Angel from getting out of that prison.
Prison fire. That's what I thought at first too.
I can
Oh,
see
right.
why you would think that.
Yeah, and I thought he was living his new life and he was about to murder them. But instead, he just turned into a vacuous shell of whatever that was.
Just a pile of flesh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this episode is pretty dated. I mean, we have Gunn playing a Game Boy at the.
Oh my God, was that a Game Boy Advance?
I think so. It looked color, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
And we
I
had.
still play my original Game Boy from time to time.
Nice.
Huh.
I play Tetris with the
Nice.
song.
With the original music.
I love it.
Don't get us stuck in my
Really good music.
We had a health club, quote unquote,
You mean a Gaim?
and we found out that Pilates are like Taibao, but that was in 1999.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
So 90s.
Pilates, you know.
And for some reason, Cordy provides some 11-year-old commentary on the movie Pretty Woman. So no one knew where that came from. She's just like, this movie I saw that came out 11 years ago. Here's what I think.
Yeah, I thought for sure we'd get a Pretty Woman 2 before we'd get an Independence Day 2, but that's neither here nor there.
I still haven't watched that trailer.
Yeah, I'm assuming Pretty Woman 2 is when Julia Roberts' daughter is a hooker.
No, her niece. What's her
Her
name?
niece?
Emma Roberts.
Emma Roberts?
Oh.
Mm.
They should do the sequel called Handsome Man.
Hmm.
Think about it. Think
Mm.
about it.
I don't need to. My brain is very quick. I got that immediately.
Oh,
So we should
laugh.
go around and just say like what our first impressions are first, like we did last time. That was fun.
I really enjoyed this episode. I thought this episode was fantastic. I thought that David Boreanaz was having way too much fun. I felt really, really, really bad for Fred because Angel's a dick and was dicking her
Aw.
around. And not only was he dicking her around, for a vampire who's over 200 years old, he sure as hell avoids responsibility like he's 12. And Cordy was being way too easy on him. And at one point, I thought we were going to go into French farce mode because Cordy was approaching Fred, who was crying and saying, "Oh, Angel, talk to you." And I told him to do that, and thank God Fred said, "You told him to make out with that woman?"
Yeah.
And then the plot was moving along. The whole looking at the business cards and thinking that Wesley was Fred was amazing.
That was awesome.
When he looked at himself in his clothes and thought he was himself gay, that was amazing.
Okay,
And-
well, now what made him not think that Wesley was gay? Was it the firm handshake?
No. It's because he found out that
His name was
that
Wesley.
his name was Wesley.
Oh, I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah, this wasn't the.
And
Fred
the
that
old
he was
man
supposed to-
trying to escape while
And then having a heart attack.
while the poor man's Hurley was watching over him. because before Lost, I always got that guy confused with Jorge Garcia. Because I think they were both
Grey's Anatomy?
Well, yeah, because they were both. My understanding is that Jorge Garcia played a bartender on a show starring Ted Danson, correct?
Yes.
And that guy played a
Becker?
bartender. Yes, and that guy played a bartender on Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
And they're both larger than average.
So clearly.
So clearly they're the same guy. I'm sizist. I'm sorry.
Wasn't he in a reality show called like Average Joe?
What?
Where he played like a douchebag, but all these women were trying to get with him because he had money.
That's so weird.
Oh, that sounds so familiar.
And
I thought Average Joe was when athletes were competing against average schmoes.
Oh, maybe that wasn't that. Maybe it's called is it called Joe Schmo? The
Maybe
Joe
Joe
Schmo
Schmo.
show.
No,
Anyways,
Joe Schmo Show is a
doesn't
fake
matter.
reality show.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a fake reality show that this guy was on.
Huh.
Anyways, doesn't matter. We're
No,
talking about Angel.
my big fat obnoxious fiance.
Yes. That's right.
TV is the worst.
So close.
TV is the absolute worst.
Starring in the Fox series, My Big Fat Obnoxious Fiance, where he pretends to be a reality show contestant who must get married to a woman to win $1 million. His
Yeah.
over-the-top behavior drives the real contestant crazy.
Yeah.
That's right. I knew he stood out in my brain, like he was like seared in my brain for some reason.
I remember him from Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, and I loved it when Angel in the old guy's body had a heart attack. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed all of the bumbling. I enjoyed all of the fumbling. I really felt bad for Fred. I like Fred. And we finally get that scene from the new opening credits of Fred in that really nice dress when they're all walking down the hall badass. Little did I know they were leaving an old man to die.
Well, screw that guy, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
You guys are such badasses leaving an old man to die.
But he was a terrible human being, so that's okay.
Yeah, if he was a demon, we'd feel bad.
Yeah, they were saying we're off to better things as they're at the end of every credit.
But I'm like, they're walking through this little person's home with a friggin' crossbow and a bat, and no one's like saying
I know. You know, they had such high security on not letting the guys run away.
Right.
But yet people with weapons come walking in.
just strolling in, doing their power walk, whatever.
Yeah, that was one part I was very much like, oh, that was kind of cheesy because old man Angel is like, I've got friends, unlike you. I was like, oh yeah, you got friends.
Moira?
Moira.
I was going to say, I thought I have a little experience recently with going into retirement and nursing homes, and I don't know, none of ours here in Canada have what look like armed security guys on the
No.
that cost you if you try to leave. Oh my God. But the overall impression of the episode, this was hilarious. It was such a fun trip. And yeah, I agree with you pretty much everything you said earlier. David Boreanaz was having a heck of a good time. It's just fun. I was thinking this season we get to see Angel. There's no more broody, dull Angel like before. And he's funny and silly and witty, and he's getting to stretch his acting chops a tiny little bit. It's kind of fun.
I have a related quote, Moira, and I'll let you get back to it. David Boreanaz says, if I have an opportunity, like with the body switch, to really get a chance to stretch as an actor, I have fun with it. For me, it was a lot of physical attributes that I wanted to put with that character, as well as inner attributes. You're playing an old man, and you're trying to facilitate all those attributes and make them come alive. When the opportunity presents itself like that, for me, it's great. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoyed seeing him fight as a different person. Like the fight choreography was completely different. And yeah, seeing Angel be a different character is always fun.
Well, I really like when he gets to not be typical Angel all the time. And in previous Buffy episodes, and even I think David Boreanaz, the actor, like on Bones, when he has to go undercover, it's amazing. He is so funny.
Yeah.
He is a very funny actor, and I'm glad that he gets a chance to do that. But this episode, I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I was like, he is so charming.
What's wrong with you?
I'm like, hello.
It's the
Oh
leather.
my! Oh my heavens! Oh.
Well, if he was pouring you that cocktail, you'd have been just nibbling that all of it.
Oh my God!
That girl is so stupid. They're making out. Oh, my boyfriend's gonna catch us. You're a slut. Let's just leave it at that.
Now, Kim. Now.
You gonna go out to a club with your boyfriend and be like, oh, let's grab this rando at the bar?
Well, maybe my boyfriend and I had a fight.
Yeah.
Because he was hitting on someone,
Ugh.
like that guy he was with. Why would your boyfriend bring his buddy? If my boyfriend said, "Hey, let's go out to the club," and then we get there and his buddy's there waiting for him, fuck that guy. I'm gonna go make out with Angel.
she was Angel's as soon as she looked across the bar.
Exactly.
You know, the crystal method was playing. You know, it was very.
You know what? At first, I wondered whether she was a vampire. I wondered
Oh yeah.
her recognizing him as a vampire, which would have been really cool.
Or maybe he was glamoring her and he didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Your eyes in my eyes.
I love that you guys have made a couple comments about this season about Cordy. I think Kimberly mostly about Cordy and her maturity and you know how far she's grown. And I was thinking about in this episode when she's chiding Angel about his behavior toward Fred, quite rightly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know much later in Buffy when in the last season when Angel pops across and anyway and they're having this stupid
cookie dough talk.
But anyway, when he's being all
that beautiful cookie dough discussion.
Yeah, you like Spike and all that stuff, and he's being really childish. And I was thinking to myself, it's true. Cordy's actually in some ways more mature than Angel, even though Angel is 200
years old.
I think it's hilarious though when he comes off like that.
It's funny. And then when he discovered his own powers this episode, like when he realized that he was a vampire and that he could jump off buildings and stuff, that little scene reminded me a bit of Angelus, like sort of, I can be kick-ass if I want to. It was cool.
Yeah.
It didn't even cross my mind that that the group would think it was Angelus.
Yeah, that was awesome. I was like,
and when they said it, I was like,
he's gone bad.
I forgot about Angelus.
And Fred was awesome. Who's Angelus?
You thought you would be hooting and hollering at the thought.
I know, but when I heard it, I was like, of course they think it's Angelus.
Yeah, it was cool.
Duh.
And the other thing I noticed was in the scene where Angel's trying to seduce Lila.
Didn't take long.
Well, but
yeah, she was ready to go.
It's just this lack of sexy. Like, I just don't find them.
Yeah, no, there was no chemistry there at all.
Oh,
it was almost as bad as Mulder and Scully.
Oh.
Robin's like,
so
Robin's Googling Montreal Hitmen.
Let me check Facebook. I can't check Facebook, damn it!
Then he's messaging me and trying to send me on a secret,
Yeah, now that we have in Quebec doctor-assisted suicide laws, you could totally get away with it, Moira.
Robin.
That was a horrible joke.
Moira, we'll talk to you. So let's talk about Marcus Roscoe, played by Rance Howard, guys.
Oh my God, he was amazing.
Did you know who he is?
No, well, hold on. I totally believed that was Angel in there. I don't know what it was,
Yes.
but it was so good. He's so good. Who is he, Robin?
Rance Howard is the father of Ron and Clint Howard.
Oh.
Made his debut
is
with
that the guy who narrated Arrested Development?
that's Ron Howard, yes.
Made his debut with Ron at age 2. And
has he done much else?
Yeah. He's been
Good grief.
in many of his son's projects.
What's the last 60 years of television and movies?
He has 272 credits on his IMDb. And
what a lazy bum.
He was in a Jamie Foxx music video.
He has
That's where you know him from.
11 upcoming projects.
Who's this? Ron Howard or his dad?
Rance Howard, the
He's
father.
Still alive?
And he's 87.
Nice.
Babylon 5 fans might know him as Captain John Sheridan's dad. So I've never watched Babylon 5, so there you go, Ian, if you're listening.
I got to tell you, he was fantastic and wonderful, and that was great. Oh, it was really great.
He was. He also guest starred, of course, in many of Ron Howard's projects, including the Andy Griffith Show, which Joss Whedon's grandfather, John Whedon, also wrote for. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
No.
We're all interconnected.
Wow.
It's like an episode of Lost, guys.
He was also in Children of the Corn 3 with Nicholas Brendan.
He was in Chinatown?
Children of the Corn 3 with Nicholas Brendan?
Yep. Bonus episode.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
He portrayed a priest or reverend at least once a year from 1993 to 1998.
Now that's
weird.
trivia. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's a reason why we're staring at your thigh.
Because there is no good place for me to put my
Because it's awesome.
Okay, no, it's more I wanted where her phone was located, that's all. I thought maybe it slipped.
It's plugged up, the battery's low, so it's just not good.
Why, Moira? Did you notice anything medical that we should be concerned about?
Do you see the cyst? I have a cyst right here.
Oh, no.
So I have this skin tag. What would you say? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. So
watch the show for medical questions. There's a little mole there. So.
My favorite.
Seriously, at
it's
the
a
end,
cyst.
can we do medical questions?
I think
concerns.
My favorite part of this episode was when Angel goes into this guy's, I was going to call it an apartment, but his room at the old folks home.
Yeah.
And looks down and sees the extreme skiing magazine.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, it's this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was absolutely the most hilarious thing.
So, I kind of wanted to start with some of the Fred awkwardness in the beginning of this episode as well.
Oh, yeah.
I like she's looking at the magazine with Cordy, and Cordy's. I like how she's saying starving in a cave. What's their excuse? I've been starving in a cave. What's their excuse? And Cordy is kind of like, oh, Fred's a weirdo, but you can see a change in her expression as she's like, oh yeah, that was kind of funny, And I think it's cool. It almost it seemed like Cordy was warming up to Fred.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're finding common ground.
Mm-hmm. And there was what was
Fashion.
that awkward moment between her and Wesley, Fred and Wesley as well. It was like, oh, that never happened to me, and it just
those pregnant pauses, those awkward pauses. Yeah.
And
Fred is so infatuated.
Yeah. And it's interesting because once the case starts, everybody splits from the hotel, and Fred's just left standing there. So you automatically think to yourself, like, okay, what is Fred's role on this team?
To exist so far. I think she'll be surprising us from the idiot savant side of things, like a little bit in the last episode with her knowledge. And I think she'll eventually be like the brains of the operation. Like she will be like the resource of all knowledge and intricacies, and hopefully it won't get too sci-fi-y, but hopefully she'll just be able to quickly snap things, because she was in a library reading books and stuff when she was taken to Pylea. So maybe she's just a scholar,
Illyrio, she's gonna be the Willow.
Oh, that's true. She's gonna be the Willow.
Yeah, the resource.
She needs to wear cuter tops then.
The dress was cute.
The dress was cute, but I'm talking like a sweater with a cat on it or something.
Oh, that kind of. Oh, Illyrio, no one can replace your Willow. Come on.
No. No one.
I like how Angel got excited about the Charlton Heston double feature.
Oh, let me tell you, Soylent Green. I would immediately say yes to go watch. It's one of my favorite all-time movies.
Totally.
Soylent Green and Omega Man, totally.
Omega Man. Charlton Heston plays a Mexican. Everyone.
Yeah.
And I love how they took the New Beverly and the ArcLight and combined it for the new arc.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't notice.
Yeah, that was the theater name.
Oh, that's cool. Well, it points out that Angel is kind of like an old man to begin with.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Very old.
So he's got these old man tastes, and he's got he does have that, you know, he is awkward around trying to talk about relationships or whatever, or talk, you know, seriously with Fred about this crush that she has on him, because it's I don't know, it's not something that he's probably used to dealing with, at least head on.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Point of order. Angel gets body swapped with Marcus. Marcus in Angel's body headbutts Angel in Marcus's body, and then when Angel in Marcus's body wakes up, the first thing he does is look for a mirror. Angel would not do that.
It's funny because when he looks in the mirror, I immediately mumble to myself, "Oh boy," because Quantum Leap.
Yeah, exactly.
And
but maybe he would, because he would feel an old
different.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he reflexively goes to the pocket where the glasses are. I don't know. It was.
Well, that's just being intelligent. Where do all old people keep their reading glasses?
On their head. On their head, Moira. No. That's where they keep their glasses.
Ring around their neck. Come on.
Everywhere, on every table in the house, I guess.
On the bathroom shelf.
What's the deal with not letting senior citizens
What's the deal with not letting
have phone privileges?
Having what?
What's the deal with not letting senior citizens have phone privileges?
That's not a real thing. This is really
what the hell is that?
Retirement home. I'm sorry, that's not real.
Maybe it's more like Santa Rosa.
Yeah.
They're all like mentally unstable.
Well, it's interesting how, you know, in this conversation that old man Angel in Marcus's body is talking with the orderly, and the orderly, you know, just in a few brief sentences, you realize this guy has been doing this for many weeks, and that it's something that, you know, he's ended up being.
As long as you're not having one of those episodes.
Yeah, episodes. Yeah.
Well, and to Angel's credit, it sounds like he was a lot quicker on the uptake than the pretty boys, you know, that had previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Body,
well, he's used to supernatural things, right?
Exactly. He's adaptable.
Indeed.
Meanwhile, the old man, I wrote, you know, Angel with Marcus in his body, so I wrote him as Old Man Angel. So Old Man Angel is super psyched to go back to the hotel with Cordy.
Oh, man.
That scene where he was sitting in Wesley's office, and it was just like the three girls back to back to back. I'm like, this guy was like, I hit the jackpot. It was so great.
How about when he tips Gunn?
Oh my God! He called him bro. And then he's sitting there eating a burrito. Why are you eating?
Yeah, well, I'm hungry. And I also thought it was cute. Cordy's the only one that picked up on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's pretty astute in her own way.
Mm-hmm.
And so on Lila's side, it looks like Gavin's again trying to be Mr. Sneaky. He wants to run Angel through a maze of paperwork. So Lila, in order to stop Gavin, she ends up making Angel and the hotel and everything legal by bringing that.
I know, that was hilarious. Yeah. And then Angel decides to thank her.
Yeah. What was the line that he keeps saying? Have I ever told you how beautiful you are? Oh, have I ever told you you're a very beautiful
woman? And Wesley would say, "No, you haven't." Yeah. A lot of the farcical elements were really well executed. The whole don't avoid the talk with Fred while Wesley's in the room, so Angel would assume, or so Old Man Angel would assume that that's Fred, and would then start to have the talk about, not shitting where you eat. Pardon my expression.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of those things were funnier than I thought they would be. I kind of felt these jokes coming, but I laughed at them. They were really well executed. David Boreanaz was definitely enjoying the hell out of it. Totally in his element.
Totally.
And boy, Amy Acker can act pretty well.
She's crying in the elevator.
I'm really warming up to Fred. I agree with your assessment, Larry. I think she's going to become indispensable.
Brainiac!
Yeah, because she's so bright, and even if she's wrong about the temperature of the room and the carotid artery thing, because she's wrong about that.
Yeah.
I know, I was like, what does that have to do with anything?
Nothing. It has nothing to do with it. Whatever. Oh, and the old man, and what did the guy say to him? It's your fourth heart attack?
Yeah, I know.
This guy's so close to being dead now. Even if Angel hadn't crushed his little orb or whatever the hell that thing was, I don't think this guy was going to last much longer.
No, would not have.
Oh. Yeah, what a horrible human being. Oh, my God.
Trying to get his jollies. You know what part I really enjoyed?
Which part?
The part they didn't show us of how he got this knowledge and power. I could not care less. I'm just excited to be joining it in at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was really wonderful that Cordy got to hit on all those guys at the gym. I'm going to need some home numbers now.
or when Angel came to talk to her, she said, "Oh, I just work with him."
Yeah, she was cute.
We have feedback.
Oh, go ahead.
Ian writes, "Hello again. It's classic body swap adventure time on Angel this week. Because we have Rance Howard, a.k.a. Sheridan's dad on Babylon 5, it has something extra."
He knew.
When Rance plays Angel, you see him change his posture and mannerisms to match. You see an old Angel. Then when Boreanaz is Marcus, he's just having fun. Although it makes you wonder about magic, the spell Marcus used to swap his and Angel's soul, why didn't the demon soul then push up Marcus's? Or would Marcus need to have his moment of pure happiness for that to happen? If the second is true, then the curse isn't for Angel to suffer the bad things Angelus did, but rather for the demon Angelus to what the good Angel is doing and suffer helplessly while he does. That's all for now. Thanks, Ian. Wow, Ian, he took that in a direction I did not anticipate.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's something I was thinking of. Was like, what if he did feed on this girl and start turning bad? Would that bring Angelus out, and then Angelus would force Marcus's, possession of him out?
Yeah, I did think about the curse, but then I was like, this is not that episode. This episode is a body swap episode. That's all this is. It doesn't need to be that. It's not going to be that complicated. It doesn't need to be that complicated.
But it's fun to think about.
Yeah, it's fun to think of. It's fun for us to think about what the curse means and what it, in this situation.
Like, Angel wouldn't have to lose his soul for Angelus to take over. Marcus could lose his soul.
But you guys see Angelus and Angel as two separate entities?
Yes.
I don't at all. I don't at all. I think
to other vampires.
I think Angelus is, without Angel being in there, Angelus is not Angelus. I mean, I think part of what makes Angelus awesome is that that's Angel in there, but fully, fully unchecked and unfettered and entirely just hedonistic and bad. I don't think it's two separate things battling it. I mean, I've never perceived it that way.
I think Spike screwed up the rules.
I think it's kind of like, when someone's a lousy drunk. I mean, to me that and jealous is just Angel when he's had like 4 too many.
Oh, but isn't Angelus the demon inside of Angel rather than Angel?
See, I don't know.
Like it's not just.
I'm thinking.
Isn't it also there's a demon in there? That's what you're saying.
Angel is the soul that the gypsies cursed Angelus with. So if in one way, Angel's almost like the invader of this body.
But isn't Angel just the guy he was before he was a vampire?
Yeah, it's his soul that came back. It's not something.
No, because wasn't he kind of a dick before?
Yeah, he was. He totally was.
So, and Angel's not. So I think.
Well, yeah, he is. He is a bit of a dick, guys.
I don't think
he was a dick to Merle, Kim. We just had this discussion last time.
I think he's a bit self-righteous, but I don't think.
Well, he was a dick to Merle. He's dicking around Fred.
He was going through his dark period. Don't hold that against him.
Yeah.
He was beige.
Ian, you see what you're doing to us. Hey, Claire, you want to read Heidi's email?
Yes, I would. Yay, Heidi. Heidi writes, "Hey guys, Angel is a huge Charlton Heston fan. Who knew? Gavin is going to take down Angel using the IRS. This might be effective if you think about it. How does a vampire with no official documents buy a hotel? Poor Fred. She's got it bad for Angel, and he's oblivious, of course. And then he's avoiding her, of course, again. He's pretty predictable.
See, so a total dick.
No, you can't have predictable with that. Never mind.
He's basically ghosting her. If he could ghost her, he would.
Yeah.
They live in the same hotel.
Like walking alongside a car and rapping?
No, it's like when you start seeing a girl and then you just don't talk to her anymore, like you're a ghost.
Oh. I was getting.
You don't answer her texts. You don't reply to her snaps.
How do you know about this?
How do I know about this? Because I may be almost 41 years old, but I actually read a lot of what the young people are doing. Raise your hand if you've been on Yik Yak. Anyone?
No idea.
You guys don't know Yik Yak? You're old. That's why. It's a state of mind, folks. I'm up with the young people.
I'm saying no comment.
I made a Melissa Scully joke on Yik Yak, and I got like one person who thought it was hilarious.
Someone else's dad?
Hey now, it's only a rumor that I'm people's dad.
Okay,
sorry, I interrupted.
Back to Heidi Mail. So Angel body swaps with an old guy. I love the part when he's trying to figure out that romance with Fred thing, then thinking Wes is Fred. And when he pays Gunn, too funny. David Boreanaz does a good job in this episode. Those Wolfram Hart lawyers would do anything to beat each other. It's a good thing because if they work together, they might win. I think
right?
I think Lala has fantasized about Angel before. She didn't take much convincing when he came on to her.
Not even much convincing. Zero convincing. She was good to go.
Poor old man Angel. No one believes him, and he's having a heart attack. And he's having heart attacks. And the old folks' home would be a good place to trap someone. They just think you're crazy.
Exactly.
I know the old man was a bad guy, but I feel a little bad for him at the end.
No!
Don't.
Ooh.
We get another Buffy reference without saying it. Good one, Cordy. But at the end, she actually says it. Buffy's alive. Until next time, Heidi.
What? Spoilers?
Yeah, speaking of, Willow was in this episode on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a good twist. That it's a good subversion of old people. We have sympathy for old people. We feel but this guy, he's a bad guy and he's an old man and don't have sympathy for him because he's bad. He's a sexist pig.
Mm-hmm. There is a traffic reporter here in Toronto whose name is Daryl Dahmer, and he has been a traffic reporter for, let's say, I don't know, 1,000 years.
Ever since the invention of traffic reporting.
And he thinks he owns the skies. And everybody outside of the media loves him. He is the biggest jerk that's ever lived. All 4'11" of him. I cannot stand him. He is so rude. I don't want to go on because it's get back to him and I can get fired.
Yeah, well, the older generation, you know, the people who are very elderly now, that generation, they were a humble, nice, polite generation. But this generation who are becoming elderly now, the baby boomers, they're not so humble and nice and sweet most of the time. You know what I'm saying? They've
been bitter and jaded their whole lives.
Yeah. I'm going to be a real jerk if people tell me I can't be on the phone with people. I can't call anybody. Especially if they cut off.
Robin, calm down. Robin, I'm telling you, that's not a real thing. You're okay.
Okay.
Well, did they let you go on Facebook and Twitter in the old folks' home?
Sure, hell yeah.
Not the new Star Wars movies coming out.
Yeah, as long as I don't get spoiled on Rogue One or whatever.
I wanted to mention, you guys were talking about how it was cool that we don't need to see how Marcus learned how to get the spell. We also, between Buffy and Angel, don't actually see this meetup between Angel and Buffy. Like, it doesn't happen on either show. It just happens between episodes.
That's very cool.
Angel goes and sees her again. And there was only one reference to it other than this, but in the comic, there was a single issue written by Jane Espenson called Reunion, and it tells the story of what happened during the off-screen meeting after this episode, or at least what Xander, Anya, and Dawn speculate may have happened.
So we don't actually get an actual first-person account of it.
Yeah, I didn't actually read. I haven't read it before, but
okay.
Interesting.
Can you remind me, Robin, because I really don't remember. After they resurrected Buffy, does Willow actually call Angel? Did we actually see any of that?
Yeah, Willow calls.
I don't remember that.
Does it actually happen on screen? I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that they're at Buffy's house, and Willow leaves the room and says she has to make a call or something.
Yeah. It is in both series, but not like an actual scene between them because they're on different networks at the time.
And I'm surprised that they actually say Buffy because it wasn't earlier in the maybe last episode or episode before last that they stopped short of saying her name.
Well, I noticed that she didn't say her name on screen. It was 80 yards after while she was running away and her head was turned around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was kind of like, later dudes, I'm heading to the hatch type of thing.
There was a reference to Buffy even earlier in the episode where Corey is confused.
She's a blonde. Or a brunette. What?
Brunette. He doesn't have a yeah.
They were mocking her, though, right?
Mocking who?
Didn't they have a mock conversation between Angel and Buffy at the beginning of the episode?
I don't remember.
No. What?
No?
Yeah.
You mean this episode?
Yeah. Weren't they? Or am I mixing it up with last week's episode? Go on.
Maybe.
Edit.
Oh, no, thank you.
Not anymore. That's so passe.
I swore it was this episode.
Did you watch ahead?
No.
The beginning of this episode, we see the hookup and turns into a pile of flesh, and then it's Cordy talking to Angel about how he needs to go talk to Fred.
Yeah.
And Fred's talking.
I know what I'm thinking of.
Her quote unquote date.
I know what I'm thinking of. Edit.
The next episode? You cheated ahead, didn't you?
I realized what I was doing before I pressed pause.
I see.
Okay, let me take a group poll because I want to know if all or any of you have been in Fred's position where you've been in mad puppy love with somebody, and they kind of weren't even...
Nope.
Never?
What? I know, I was kidding.
Yeah.
What's the question? Go on.
I had a crush on a teacher in high school like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it wasn't my actual teacher. It was the student teacher from Queens. It was.
Was his name Jenny Calendar?
No, it was not. But actually, you know, the heart gets all pitter pat, and you get all flushed just thinking about the person, and then
I'd like audio listeners to know that Moira's blushing right now as she's recounting this.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that happened to me. Someone I had a crush on for a couple months, and then, of course, 4 days after I started seeing someone, they asked me out to a party.
Oh.
And because I was a moron, I said no. What I should have said is, hey, I'm in university. I should just go out and see if I like this person more than the other person, because hey, maybe that should happen. But I'm happy that I said no. Although I totally have been there. But it was weird. There was a lot of brushing off, a lot of nothing, and then all of a sudden, when I was no longer available, there was interest.
Illyria, were you being ghosted?
No, ghosting didn't happen back then. Because nobody had cell phones yet.
But didn't you have like a pager or something?
I didn't have a pager then, actually.
Did you have like a carrier pigeon?
No carrier pigeon. No.
Well, let me tell you.
I had a mailbox in the Faculty of Arts English department. Even though I wasn't an English major. But everybody knew if they put something in there for me, I'd check it.
Well, here's the thing about that, Illyrio.
Yes.
I'm not saying that all women are this way, but as someone who has sold to ladies, there is something to be said about jealousy. When one woman has something.
Sorry, sold to ladies? What do you say?
I used to have this little business, and
sold women?
No, I sold to women.
T-O, not T-W-O.
That is the best. That's the best marketing. Is you sell something to a lady, then everybody wants it. So when somebody has something, other ladies want it.
Kim just had a how to cook 40 humans moment.
I'm sorry. Go on.
But now, for me, I've been married for so long that I don't even remember what it's like to be single, so I can't answer that question.
Sorry.
How to cook humans. How to cook 4 humans. How to cook 40 humans. How to cook...
In my defense, I was just reading an article online about the sex trade that's happening here in Toronto, and there's some kids being sold. That's where my head was at. I'm so sorry. You can
edit this as you're laughing.
You can edit all
I'm not going to edit any of this. This is the best episode of Redemption Cast yet.
I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
The answers we've all been there. Thank you.
Ryan Gosling.
Is there any more feedback?
No.
No.
Not for this episode.
Was there any other points that we had for this one?
I thought this was a great episode. That's my point.
I thought it was fun.
It was a good standaloner. It wasn't. It was good for comedy. But you know, it's good. It was much better than the last one. At the same time, oh man. I'm still thinking about the last one, whether I liked it or not. But anyway, this one.
The gun episode?
Yeah. But no, this was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. This is very dated too.
I think we needed it after the last episode.
Yeah, totally.
So would you say that this episode redeemed the show?
Nailed it again.
Guys, I'm on fucking fire tonight. What's happening?
She's on fire. My baby's on fire.
Oh, I like when they knock Angel out possessed Angel out, and then Fred hits him one more time, and Angel's like, "Hey, Fred!"
And don't tase me, Cordy.
Yeah, with all the weapons they showed up with, Angel's lucky he just got tased.
Right?
Beaten with a bat like once. I think is that it for me. Let's see if I have any other points here. Oh, the trivia is out. Just quotes left. Hello. Anybody?
Hello. Hi. Everything good?
Yes.
Just quotes left, he said.
Yeah. Well, let's do ratings.
Okay.
Moira.
I love this episode. This was a breath of fresh air. This was a frolicking walk of silliness that was adorable.
Much needed.
Much needed. Cleared the air. I really didn't like the last episode much at all. And it showcased Fred in a way that is making her much more likable and integrated and interesting to me. So, what else? Lila got suckered in and made you feel stupid. That's always good. There weren't a whole lot of bad things. The acting was good. It was just really good. So I love this one. So let me think. I gotta think of a good rating still. Just a minute. No, I didn't have one planned. Damn it. Okay. How about 9.5 out of 10 deflating Lotharios?
Woo!
9.5 out of 10 what?
Deflating what?
Lotharios. You know, people that are... Oops, there's Ken. The schmucky playboy type at the beginning.
Oh, I see.
Oh, he deflated. Yes.
Sorry, it's bad rating scale when you have to explain it.
No, it's just that I didn't hear it.
Oh, you didn't hear it.
Say meat suits. Like Supernatural.
Then what's Supernatural? Sorry, Ken. Don't do it.
Well, I also enjoyed this episode immensely. I think anytime David Boreanaz gets to be non-angel, it is hilarious. And like even the little things like the tipping gun and like just his mannerisms, like his winking and like his swagger, and even like Stephanie said, the fighting, because it's like he was taking a lot of punches because it's like he doesn't know how to fight, but then he's like, oh, wait a second, that didn't hurt. Bang, bang, bang. You know, it's like,
yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot.
That was really, really good.
This episode. I like Wesley in this episode. Everyone was great in this episode. I'm also going to give it 9 out of 10. I'll say 9 out of 10 casual three-ways.
Super casual.
Soups cash.
I thought this episode was pretty damn fantastic. There was a body swap. We had Fred going on and 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 on. And then you had Angel, and you had Marcus and Angel's body, obviously convinced that he was gay based on his clothing, which is horrible but very funny. And you have basically at one point some of the funniest old person romp heist fire alarm heart attack moments I've ever really seen, and it was really lovely. I'm not as high up on it as you guys were. I think it was really great, but I think it could have been much better. I'm giving this an 8 out of 10 fire alarms.
Yeah, for some reason I was gonna say I give it 7 out of 10, but now that we talk about it, I can't think of anything really to deduct points for. It was fun. So 8 out of 10 pretty skanky women.
Yeah.
Robin.
I think. See, I think my only problem with this episode is just comparing it to other episodes. And this was a romp, but I score episodes that are like just huge with 9 and 10s. These kind of one-offs that are fun, but not necessary. I feel like giving like a 7 or 7.5 because I'll say 7.5, just simply because I don't know. There's other episodes that are better.
Yeah, we haven't got into the meat of the season yet.
Five would be.
You're grading on a curve.
5 is the midway. That it was a good episode, and that is all I can say about it. Whereas it's better than just good. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like, oh man, that was a freaking fantastic episode.
Memorable. It's not that.
I mean, come on, guys. There's no Darla in this episode. I'm giving it 9.5 out of 10.
So, and I didn't give my rating system. I feel like I have to explain it. 7.5 well-placed objects, and it was in honor of the Austin Powers-esque scene in the opening teaser where the guy was naked and walking around. There was always something right in the way of the camera. It was very
That's funny. I didn't notice. That's great.
Oh, I did. Yeah, you could tell he was probably wearing what do they call him? Wearing a sock. You could tell he was nude, but they didn't show anything at all.
So altogether, the score is 8.4.
Here we go.
We're back in business.
Back in business.
Highest rated episode
That's what
of the
we
season.
thought of the episode. Oh, nice. That's what we thought of this episode. If you want to let us know what you think, you can send us an email at
RedemptionCast@gmail.com.
Correct. You can follow us on the Twitter at RedemptionCast. You can go to the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/potentialcast. We're not renaming the group. And you can go to the website, redemptioncast.blogspot.com, where you can download the episode as if it's the mid-90s and you have a modem, and it's got 56.6 kbps. And it's going to take about all night to download, and then you have to find something that'll play an MP3, and then you're frustrated because you've already reached your limit. Yeah, anyway.
Burn it to a disc. Listen to it in your
Discman.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Discman. And it wasn't even mini disc. Wasn't that cool? Hey, it's quote time, everyone. Moira.
Okay. Yeah, here we go. She's got a big puppy love. I mean, who wouldn't? You're handsome and brave and heroic and emotionally stunted, erotic, prone to turning evil, and let's face it, a eunuch.
Nice. Kim.
Nice!
Very, very well put.
I got one.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, you are the world's worst vampire. Vampires don't help people, you moron. They kill them.
You may have the attitude, and you may have the power, but there's one thing you don't have and never will. Friends. 4 of them. Standing behind you with big, heavy things. Steph?
I gotta pee.
Well, after the show.
I don't remember that. Who said that?
Angel in the old man's
Oh,
body.
yes!
Yeah.
I gotta pee.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's right.
That was funny.
I got another quote, if everybody's already gone. You may not know this, Fred, but certain friends and coworkers have been known to accuse me of being the quiet, stay-at-home, sulky one.
That's really funny. That was good.
Yay!
We did.
Moira, thank you for joining us.
Well, you are very welcome. Thanks for
Really appreciate it. Do you have anything you want?
plug? No. No. This is my feedback to various podcasts. That's about it.
I will be attending the Bloodmobile on the corner of...
Yeah.
I will be giving out stickers.
Robin.
Yes.
What's the slate for next time?
On the slate for next time is the episode Fredless.
No. Oh well. On that bombshell. Goodbye, everyone.
Namaste.
Bye.
Bye.
Broadcast ends now.